In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the outer tie rod on this Mazda 6. Just so you know, after this procedure, you will need an alignment. Let's install this TRQ tie rod. Use a 21mm socket and remove all 5 of your lug nuts, and then remove the wheel. Use a 21mm wrench to break the jam nut free from the outer tie rod so we can separate the two. There we go. Let's remove the cotter pin off of the outer tie rod. You'll have to pry this out. Inspect it. If it's in good condition, you can reuse these. If it is not, then use a new one. Use a 17mm socket and break the nut free. I'm going to put the nut on a few threads just so it can hold the tie rod. Tap the knuckle on the side with a hammer, and that should separate the tie rod stud from the knuckle. There we go. The mounting nut prevented the tie rod from falling all the way down. Remove the nut and remove the tie rod. Now count the threads that it takes to remove the outer tie rod from the inner. When we put it all back together, we have to get the same amount of threads on here. That does not get you a perfect alignment. You still have to go get an alignment, but this will get you close. There it is, 20 threads for me, or 20 turns, but that does not mean it's the same for you, so remember your number. I'm going to use a 21mm socket on this, see if I can break it free with my impact. If not, I'm going to have to hold it here with a wrench or a pair of locking pliers. Going to have to hold it. There it is. Remove your pliers. I prefer to use anti-seize on the threads of the inner tie rod so that as the outer tie rod goes on, in the future it will not seize up. You can use a little bit of grease if you don't have anti-seize. Install the jam nut. I'm going to thread it on most of the way. This will also help the anti-seize get into the threads. And then take the outer tie rod and put it on the same amount of turns that it took to take it off. That's it right there. I'm going to bring the jam nut a little bit closer. Can't lock it in until the outer tie rod's in the knuckle, so let's do that next. Bring the outer tie rod into the knuckle. Push it through. Have the mounting nut ready and thread it on. The new mounting nut is an 18mm in size. Snug it up. 43 foot-pounds is the torque for this mounting nut. That's it right there. Let's snug up the jam nut, bring it up against the outer tie rod, and then use a 22mm wrench on this new one to snug it up. When you tighten this, don't worry about making it extremely tight. Just give it about 1/8 of a turn after it bottoms out, and let's put the wheel on. Install all 5 of your lug nuts. Bottom them out in a cross pattern, but also in a cross pattern, you want to torque these to 80 foot-pounds. Once again, 80 foot-pounds in a cross pattern. Double check them all. There you have it. Now go ahead and get yourself an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.